What's up, SNA fans? This is Super Ninja Austin back here with another video, and this is the first day of spring edition of the SNA podcast, I guess you could say, on the wrestling news video, where we're going to be talking about the wildest wrestling news stories and rumors that you SNA fans need to know from the Wrestling Inc. article, and we're going to be starting off on today's wrestling news video with some reports of WWE Women's Division star removed from active roster. We got one WWE star has been missing since February, and it doesn't look likely that she will return to WWE TV anytime soon. PW Insider reporting that Raquel Rodriguez has been pulled from WWE's internal active roster. As of this writing, there is no word on the reason for the removal. Rodriguez was diagnosed with mast cell activation syndrome in January and wrestled through a flare up of the flare up disease at WWE Elimination Chamber in Perth, Australia, in February. Rodriguez last 25 minutes in the women's Elimination Chamber match, eventually getting eliminated by Bianca Belair, revealing her mast cell activation syndrome diagnosis in a promo after the match. In the promo, Raquel said that while she now understands the the ailment and is getting treatment, she's far from completely controlling it. She had been on and off TV for much of the year while she battled the condition. Her most recent match was a win over Chelsea Green on the February 26th episode of WWE Raw. There's been no confirmation on whether Rodriguez's a hiatus is health related, nor the length of her time away. She is still on the company's roster online and is still signed with the company. As far as any are aware, just not available for active competition. Rodriguez made a name for herself on NXT at the beginning, in of the decade, winning the brand's women's title and in the women's tag team titles alongside Dakota Kai, and moving to the main roster swiftly in 2022. Since then, she's been a multi-time women's tag team champion alongside of the likes of Aaliyah and Liv Morgan, but she still has yet to win the main roster singles championship. And do you think that she will do so as soon as she gets back from this illness, or do you think that her career might be over and this would be risky that if she ever come back, and is WWE playing it safe, and if she did compete in the match, even one slightest move could be a very bad issue that could cause her some more health problems, which that could happen. Anything can happen. We never know, but yeah, let's hope that she recovers from this sickness that she's been dealing with ever since January, I believe, or even before then. But which I believe it was around January because they were mentioning that uh that uh that she that's the reason why she was out of action, and she made her longer way to return in January. I mean, it could be in December, like which was the last time she wrestled before making her Royal Rumble return. But yeah, I believe it was in January. Like they said, it all started. Maybe it could be a December. No, it was December because it was around the middle or the end of December, which she said like that's why she's been absent from the ring, like ever since like she lost to Nia Jackson that match. Even though it don't have any, it was no curse that she lost that match, but it, but just it's the fact that she lost the match, but she happened to suffer this sickness, this what do you call it? The cell activation syndrome. Yeah, but yeah, hopefully she recovers for that, and I wish her a full and fast and speedy recovery, and hopefully she won't be absent for long. Let's hope it's not the same sickness like for those who had to make that didn't those didn't make it, like from the likes of Bray Wyatt, which I do not remember what kind of sickness that he had that cost that was the cost of his death. But I'll say let's hope that that's not the same. That hopefully that the same doesn't occurs the to the former NXT Women's Champion, and hopefully this is a sickness that's gonna keep her out for a while. Like that's worse than the flu, but not to the point that's gonna cost her death. Let's hope that she can recover from this sooner and won't come back. Like hopefully this not worse than cancer or worse than what kind of sickness that's I'll say yeah I like any of those sickness whatsoever. Like let's hope that it's not worse than anything that any of diseases. Hopefully, it's not worse than any diseases, illness that's going to cost of death, and I hope that's WWE's not being prepared for. Like for considering like they took her off the active roster page, which she still is. But she still is on the roster. They show her the roster, and she's under contract unless they're getting ready to release her. But let's hope that also does not occurs either. But yeah, I'm not sure. But let me know in the comments down below, like if it's because of this cell activation syndrome, or do you excuse me, or do you think that she already been recovered from that and she's like not getting used because WWE don't know what to do with her next, and they're trying to see like if they should keep her or give her her walking papers, I guess you could call it. But let's hope that's also not the case again. But yeah, but she did say like she been not been feeling very well like a couple months ago, and she pretty much had all the symptoms that occurs, which I know a couple of them, but I'm not sure if it's appropriate for me to bring it up. But yeah, but I suggest you, but I should, but I will suggest you guys to wish y'all's respective well wishes onto the former multi-time women's tag team championship at this difficult time. But let's move on to the next wrestling news, and we got some WWE NXT star Nikita Lyons news now, as she offers a possible timeline for her return. And it says right here, like since Halloween Havoc, I since Halloween, like Halloween, like is often a time filled with spooks and spooks and shocks. But Nikita Lyons has her way this year. There will be a plenty. There will be plenty surprise. There will be a pleasant. No, not plenty. I'm saying plenty. My apologies, but yeah, there'll be a pleasant surprise for WWE NXT fans. Like her her return to the ring, like with her saying, I hope Halloween Havoc that will be a good time. She told Booker T on the Hall of Fame podcast. By that time, it should be ready to go. Lions is currently on the shelf after suffering an injury in February, which was just a couple months ago. After or a couple of months ago, I'm saying a couple months after she returned from a previous injury she had originally suffered of a torn ACL and meniscus in January 2023, and spent like most of the year on the sidelines, make that a capital plural, before returning in December of that year. However, her bad luck continued in February when she was hurt again, and Lions is now back to the drawing board, focusing on her rehabilitation. It's been 2 months since her with her saying on the I feel like those 2 months went pretty quick, at least for me, because I'm on the grim every day, she said. While Lyons is hopeful like she will be around for the annual October show, she did she emphasized like there is no exact date in place right now for her, and after her surgery took place recently, it is clear that the upcoming star is still in the early process of regaining her fitness. And then she continued, with injuries, it's kind of like day by day. Going back to that, like out out of sight, I'm going to stay active. I'm not going nowhere. Lions and then Lions claim. That's why I'm shoving myself in y'all's face. Y'all are not going to see this brick house blow down. Like that's where I'm at. But what are your thoughts on Nikita Lyons' injury? When do you think she's gonna be back? And what exact injury was it again? I do not remember. But let me know in the comments down below. And it don't even have an update on. I mean, not update. It doesn't even. It's not It's not into detail on what exactly the injury is. But let me know in the comments down below on what your thoughts onto that well, on to this injury. When do you think that you're gonna make a return? And also, tell me in the comments below on what exactly the injury is. I believe it's somewhere in her leg, but I'm not sure exactly what the injury is specifically. But I get into I in detail wise, but I think it's like some kind of a leg injury. Because yeah, after all, like she just recovered from her one side of her leg, like in her meniscus and her ACL. And when do you think this injury is gonna be? Like, do you think it's gonna be any? Is it gonna be like when this injury is gonna be? When this injury is gonna be over for her to recover from? And when do you think that she's going to step back into the ring? Like, do you think it's gonna be anytime before October, before they have their Halloween Havoc show, or do you think it's gonna be afterwards, like right after, or even or maybe even a couple of months after, like around December or January. But let me know in the comments down below. I I think it could be like depending on the injury. Like I mean, he could. I mean, she could come back by August or even September if the injury lasted for like a good 6 months, so she could be ready for October for Halloween Havoc, which is, I guess that's her favorite event in her run in NXT so far. I guess you could say. But yeah, let's move on to the next wrestling news. We got some news about WWE star Sonya Devere shared a pic with Liv Morgan and Norman Smiley. Yeah, it says right here, it's been a while since fans have seen Sonya Deville on WWE TV uh, a as the former WWE Women's Tag Team Champion has spent the last several months healing from a torn ACL. And what is up with everybody suffering from an ACL injury? It's very rare that they get injured in another place, like whether if it's knee or ankle or what's that, the Achilles or whatever side, or even a thigh injury. Anyways, while also finding time to film the upcoming movie DNA Secrets, even still, DeVille always has time for old friends in wrestling and took some time to see at least two of them earlier this week with her taken to X on Tuesday evening yesterday, shortly after NXT hit the airwaves. Deville posted a photo of her with fellow WWE star Liv Morgan and WWE NXT coach Norman Smiley. I referred to Morgan and Smiley as two of her faves as the trio happily posed together. And you can see it right here on her and you can see it right here on her post where it said on the caption, two of my faves with three white heart emojis, which I guess they're referring to the three friends of that's that's at the performance center. I guess you can I guess you can judge him by the background, like and and considering he's the trainer and she happened to do this around the same time when NXT was just getting on the air. But let me know in the comments down below what your thoughts on this little reunion that Norman Smiley and Sonya Deville and Liv Morgan, like in their time, perhaps their time in NXT themselves, like which that was like about 7-8 years ago, if I'm not mistaken, of course. But yeah, let's continue to talk about this with saying while Liv Morgan and Sonya Deville haven't been associated often during their careers, Morgan was a critical part of arguably Deville's high point in WWE so far, as Deville and partner Chelsea Green defeated Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez to win the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships last July. Both women likely trained with Smiley their time in the WWE Performance Center, while Smiley has coached and trained wrestlers since its from formation in 2013. And yeah, and I figured that was the case. But I think Liv Morgan and Sonya Deville, when they started making WWE appearances, it was like back in 2015, 2016. 2015, 2016, until they got called up to the main roster in 2017, respectively. It said she got caught up with Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville, while Morgan got caught up with alongside her other friends, Sarah Logan and Ruby Riott, which they're now going by Valhalla and Ruby Soho. Where Valhalla is teaming with her husband and his tag partner Ivar, and her husband Eric is the Viking Raiders, and then Ruby Soho got released by WWE about 3 years ago and joined the All Elite Wrestling Company. And now she's in this on-screen romantic relationship with what's his name, Cool Hand Angela Parker. And let me know in the comments below and what your thoughts onto this photo, like of this little performance center reunion of friends that they probably used to hang out together, like whenever they have some spare time after they train together. Yeah. But anyways, let's move on to the next news. We got some Damian Priest discusses WWE Tag Team Champions of the Judgment Day is in a six-pack ladder tag team match at WrestleMania. At WrestleMania 40, to be the exact. Speaking to Steve Fall of WrestleNews.co, Damian Priest shared his thoughts on being involved in the chaotic match. Damian Priest first acknowledged that it's nice to have a match on the card after missing out on a WrestleMania bout like from the last 2 years. When the tag champ found out he and Balor would be defending their titles in a 5 other teams, Priest indicated indicated he initially had concerns about getting in the ring with so many other competitors before realizing it meant he'd be able to conflict a great deal of punishment. He then teased like what fans might be able to expect when the match takes place next month. He said, "We want to be one of those ladder matches like at WrestleMania that you talk about." Priest said, "We've had them